I'm going to go right into the intro now. So as you can see, the intro says self-host Passbolt with Podman. So that's the theme for today's tutorial. By the way, you can join the live chat. I am live streaming on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. So have at it. All right, on to the show. So as you can see here, I'm going to show you how to self-host your own Passbolt Community Edition on your own server. You can also do it locally, of course, and I'll show you how to do that. I'm going to do it locally. I want to walk you through it. For example, especially if you self-host locally, you won't be able to get a certified SSL certificate, but you can create a self-signed certificate to host it locally. Obviously, if you're in a public server, you can get something like Let's Encrypt, which is free for any purpose. I mean, of course, unless you're doing something that's unscrupulous, illegal, or whatever. But yeah, you can. Obviously, you can get a. It's very easy to get a certificate from Let's Encrypt. Okay, this approach is perfect for local or development environments where you want to securely manage passwords but do not need a commercial SSL certificate. That's for the self-signed certificate. Since you're working locally, you can configure the self-signed certificate and bind mount it inside your Passbolt container, and I'll show you how to do that as well. So, what is Passbolt? And especially, what is a Passbolt Community Edition? So, it's an open source password manager designed for teams to securely manage shared passwords. That's important. The Community Edition is free to use and can be self-hosted for complete control over your password management system. It features robust security protocols, including encryption and audit trails, and works well for both small teams and individuals. So these are the prerequisites. You're going to need some type of a server. So it could be a local machine with root or sudo privileges. So if you're coming from the Windows world, you might not understand what that means. That basically means you need super admin permissions. Obviously, people on Mac OS already know this. So that's on Linux and BSDs and Unix type systems, they know this. Podman has to be installed in your system. Or you can use Podman Compose. If you're using Docker, perfectly fine. You can. The reason I use Podman is because Podman is rootless, meaning that an administrator can set it up and people can then just run it on their own without having to ask for the super administrator permissions or password to help them, and all know that as well. Okay, you also, if you want to send out email notifications, you're going to need an SMTP server. So if you don't know what that means, that's email to only to send out. It's not receiving, it's only to send out. So you can do that two ways. You can use a third-party service. For example, if you have a Gmail account, you can probably set that up to use it. The instructions of the web how to do that. Yahoo, etc. You can use all of those. But I said if you have your own, you can also set up your own. Maybe I should do a tutorial now to set up an email server. You know what? Maybe I'll do that. I'll do that in the future. Show you how to do that. You can set up yourself. I have my own email server, which I do use. You need a working NTP service to avoid GPG authentication issues. So if you don't understand what that means, that's usually something that goes to a time. It's a protocol that gets a time, so making sure the time is accurate. Because sometimes you might say keys expire at this date, so you do need that service. You can set it up pretty easy in Linux type systems, especially. I'll show you how to do it. It's pretty trivial to set that up. As I said, the self-signed certificate you're hosting locally, I'll show you how to set that up as well. I got you covered, don't worry. And obviously, if you want to get Podman, you can get Podman to install it. It's cross-platform, Linux, Mac OS, and Windows. Get it from podman.io. I've shown that link before. And now, to get started, you really don't have to do that much. All you need is a YAML file, and the Passbolt team makes it pretty easy. You can download it right from their website. There's also a GitHub one as well. So if you don't know what a checksum is, checksum means that when somebody releases a file, whether it's an archive file or a compiled file, they can run it through checksums. So this way you can verify. They'll have a key, is what I'm trying to say. Generate a key so that when you download that file, the key will match the file that was actually released. So meaning that, let's say officially they release an application, it could be your operating system, anything. So you can go check to make sure that it matches, and if it doesn't match, then you know that it's been compromised. So usually a bad faith actor has compromised it. But if you get it from official repositories, you should do the checksum to make sure. Maybe I'll do I'll do a tutorial specifically for that as well. But it's pretty straightforward. You see, I'm using Linux. I already have all this application. So you see, just you grab the key, and you can use sometimes there's MD5 sum, there's SHA-512 sum. That's a good one to use. And sometimes there are others, like it could be a GPG keys, stuff like that. It's called a checksum. You verify the integrity of the downloaded files, make sure they're actually the ones that match. So I use that all the time for example, when I upgrade NetBeans. I do that, but there I do have a snippet for that here for you guys to make sure that it matches. You're getting the valid ones, and then you prepare your SSL certificates. Now, if you purchase SSL certificates, let's say this is on a server. It's the same thing, just put them in the player, and then you can put them inside the Podman as well, and then you'll be good to go. And here is some of the key changes that I did make, and I'll show you all this as well. Don't worry about it. I'll show you how to do all this, and the port I open up. So I changed this up a little bit because I want to use different port numbers, because I said I have already I do have Apache installed locally, and I do turn it on when I have to do some client work, so I don't want to mess it up. That's why I use different port numbers, both for the HTTP and HTTPS. 443 is for HTTPS, port 80 is for HTTP. And then for now, see, this is the standard Passbolt image, and then the one that is for, it says non-root. That means that for Podman. And you can see for that one, it uses this different port, 8080 and 443, so it knows that already. Now, as I said, I'm still going to change these ports here because I still want to use different ones, because I already have, I said, Apache installed there. And then all I have to do is just, if you use Podman compose, just set up the YAML file, and that's it. You'll be good to go. Now, if you need to create a first admin user, you can do it on the command line. This shows you how to do it here, and then. Although it doesn't tell you here, you also have to download to actually use it. I believe this is the one. Yeah, you need to download an extension. I'll explain to you that when I go through. So I'm not gonna go through the screenshots because we can. All I'm saying is I'm gonna go through everything again, right from the beginning, so you guys will see what's going on. So okay with that. I'll go through all this. I'm just going to go this very quickly. I'm not going to show the screenshots. You can go look at them at your own time. Because I'm saying is we're going to do everything again. It doesn't make sense for me to do it twice. So as I said before, we're doing a live stream. So this is live right now. Yeah. So there you go. You can prove that it's live. So I'm just going to stop it right there. What's wrong with this mouse? Okay, that's good enough. All right. So now what I'm going to do is, you see, I already downloaded some of these files, but I'm gonna do everything again, just to show you how easy it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete these guys here because they're not needed. Hopefully I can delete them. I don't think I can delete them, but I'll try to, yeah. So I'm going to delete all these files because they're, as I said before, I'm going to I'll create a folder here just in case something goes wrong. Something usually likes to go wrong when I'm doing this type of tutorial, so I'm going to create a folder here and I'll call it test. I'm going to put this ones in here. I'm going to make sure there's no hidden files. Yeah, there's no hidden files. Perfect. So I'll delete this too later. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'll delete this later when I'm in the command line. Don't worry, we'll regenerate them, so don't worry about that. So so there's nothing here. So I'm going to show you how to download the file. So the first file, the first site you need to go to is you go to passbolt.com. Passbolt. You see, it's an open source password and secret management, any business, any size. Okay. Once open source password and secret management, any business, any size. Okay, so you can see here, yeah. So this is their website. What so I said we'll go through this. I'm not gonna. What I'm saying, I'm just showing you their site. So if we're gonna do the self-hosting, so you click here, start self-hosting. Then it explains. You see, you can install it natively on Docker, Kubernetes, Ubuntu, Debian, Red Hat, blah 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 blah. So I could obviously install it. I'm on Fedora. I could easily do that myself, but I'm not going to do that. And you see, you can also deploy on your favorite AWS or DJI. Obviously, you can install anywhere else as well. So, and you see, there's the installation guide here as well. You just follow these instructions, and this is what we're going to do. So basically, all you need to do is you need to download the Docker YAML file, and then you need to download the checksum, right? And then you check to make sure the checksum is if it says bad checksum, then obviously it's been compromised. Then after that, it's for Docker, but we're using Podman. Don't worry, I got you guys covered. Don't worry about it. And then this is, if you're using Docker, you can do this. And then you create your first user. So I'll show you how to do all that as well. So let's jump to the command line. I'm on the command line here. So I'm going to delete these two files I said because we recreate them. Sudo remove. Okay, so they're both gone. I need to be sudo because they were created. Let me make sure there's no volumes here as well. Yeah, there's no volumes. Perfect. Okay, so I think I might have an image for Passbolt, so it's going to be faster for me, but we'll do that later. Don't worry about it. So let me clear this. So first thing we do is we need to download the YAML file. So I'll copy this and I just paste it in here. So that's the first thing to do. We download the YAML file from passbolt.com. So let's go do that. You see it has been downloaded. We'll open it up later, just a second. The second thing we need to do is we need to get the checksum. So the checksum comes from the GitHub page. So we have the checksum. So now we need to verify that it's the actual file. Okay, so you can also get it from, if you don't want to do it that way, you can simply go to their GitHub page on yeah, so we'll go to the GitHub. It's password passbolt_docker, and you see this is the information here, so you can go read it up as well. It's the same thing we're doing now. You can how to run it, how to start the instance, and you can read more on how to configure it. You see all this information is here, how to configure all that stuff if you want to learn more about it. So yeah, you can see all this. See if you use GPG keys, etc., etc., etc. Now that's probably a little bit way over the you guys, that would be probably way too much, but if you guys want me to do this in the future, I don't mind doing. So you see, we grab, this is the checksum key. It's just a text file, and this will verify if this is fine. I said I already have the, so let's verify the file. Let me clear this. So let's verify it, and you see it's okay. So I mean it has been verified. Now let's head over to the text here, because I'll show you what both of these files look like, so you can take a look. So you see this checksum, I said, is just basically a key that you will it's just this is how you verify that the integrity of the downloaded file. So you should always use you should always do that when you download something, just to, because sometimes some some files, applications have been compromised, like a third party has compromised them. Anyway, so we'll come back to that in a second. So before I show you the YAML file, we need to make a few changes. So we need to make a few changes. But before we do that, let's go back to the command line here, because we need to actually do a few. we need to do a few things. So first thing we need to do is, you see the file is verified. Let me clear this. I'm gonna generate some self-signed keys because I'm local. So you need a private key pair. So this is a command. You guys have seen this. I've done so many tutorials. This is how to generate a self-signed SSL certificate, private public key pair. And you see it created it here. So we have the key and we have the certificate. There's no password here, but if you want to add a password, you can do that. I said I've done so many tutorials on that right from the beginning of this year, several times. You can go watch those. If you want me to do another one, an update, I'll be happy to do that. Explain how to generate SSL keys. But now I just do a one-liner basically. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to fix the permissions for this two of them, because remember we're going to be running rootless. We're not running as a root user. So I'll show you how to fix those permissions. So you have to make sure, by default, the permissions I believe are correct. Let me actually make sure of that. But sometimes they are not, so I'll show you how to take care of that. You see, it's read. It's RWRR, and this one is read and write. So RW means read and write. So this means this means it's 600. No, sorry. This is 644, and this is 600. So those are the correct permissions, but sometimes they're not. So I'll show you how to change those permissions. I'll show you how to fix those permissions. This is, again, if you're running Podman rootless like I am. So this is how you fix those permissions. So make sure they were already 600 and 644, but I said sometimes they might not be, especially in the past they were not. So I did that for you guys. And then what I did was, there's a little quirk with this. So what basically I had to, because it's the user is Edward, me who created them. So the problem is Podman doesn't want to, when we run, even though Passbolt tells you how to do the same things, what they don't tell you is that it's not going to work, because by default this YAML file that they provide us, it wants root permissions or root user permissions, but we can't do that. But this is what we do: just give it a 1000, and that will take care of it, and make sure the permissions are also okay. So I did that, and that will fix the issue. Now let's go back to our the text editor, and now I can show you the YAML file. Remember, I haven't modified anything yet. So let me zoom in here. So as you can see, what it does is it has a bunch of services. It actually uses my MariaDB. That will be for MySQL. So you can change this number if this stuff here you want. I'm not. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. That's fine. Next, we have the Passbolt. This is the part where we're going to change a few things. You see the version that it's going to get, it's going to be the latest CE. That's the Community Edition. Then it says, alternately, you can use rootless. That's what we're going to do. We're going to use rootless. So it says for rootless, you have to get this version, which is going to be CE non-root. That's the one we want. So I'm going to comment this part out. I don't want that one. The one I want is this one, which is the non-root one. Okay. This one is okay. This one is okay because it's going to depend on the database. Then we go here. For this environment here, you can change this to what you want. So for example, I want this to run on my my other devices like my phone or my laptop as well, not just here. So I'm going to change this. This is where you put the URL. So I don't want it to be HTTPS. So what I'm going to do is I know the IP address of my machine, so I'm going to put it here. So I'm going to put 168.1.106, and I'm going to put 8443. Okay, now you put whatever your IP address is for your server, or if you have a domain, you put that in there. Okay, and if you're not using any other fancy ports, you don't have to put the port number here, but I do that. I explained that earlier why I did that, in case you're just joining us. The reason I'm going to change the port number is because on my host system, I have Apache running sometimes when I'm doing client work, so I don't want there to be a conflict, so that's why I did use a different port number. But obviously, if I wouldn't put the port number there. I'll just use the default, which is 443. You don't have to put it in there. And it's going to use the DB, and then it's going to create the data resources. Again, I'm not touching on that, but you can change those if you wish. So it's also going to get a GPG, that's GNU PG. Yeah, GNU PG volume, that's fine, and then a JWT volume. Again, I leave that alone, I don't touch that. And the command here, I leave that as well. The default database port is 3306, so that's perfectly fine. Again, because this is not being exposed to the outside of the container, so that's perfectly fine. If it was, I would have to change this, because again, I use MariaDB for when I do some client work, or some other tutorials sometimes as well. Okay, then we come here. You see, so this ports here, these are for if you're using the root one. We're not doing root, because remember we're doing rootless, so I'm going to comment that out, and I'm going to open this up here. But you see, the problem is it's going to open up port 80 and 443, and I said I don't. This is the host and this is the container. So I don't want to use this port, because I said I already have. These are the default ones that Apache uses on my host system. So I do change this. So I'm going to put that to 8080, and I'm going to put an 8 here. Okay, so this is why, if you remember here, I put 8443. So that's the same thing here. So I did that's for my system. You do whatever you want. So most of you guys won't need to do this, because you probably don't have Apache or something running locally, but I do, so that's why I did this. Or for example, if you have another container that's running, maybe it's using that port, you can set another port. You can put like 881 here, and you can make up whatever you want, but I like that. It's easy for me to remember. I just put there. So you can also use 443. That's another one you can, but this is the one I always use, so I'm perfectly on the volumes. So now we are not quite done yet. If we go back to volumes, where is volumes? Volumes, right here. We are going to, you see this Passbolt certificate and the key. We need to add those here as well. So I'll show you how to do that. You can just duplicate a line. So I'm just going to duplicate this, and I'll show you how we take care of that. So what we do is just here. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to paste it. I'll just type it. So just, you know what? I'm not going to type it. I'm just going to paste it, just in case I make a mistake, because I don't want to come back here. And I'll explain it. So this means relative to where this file is. So it's going to grab this. What is it? This one here, the certificate, and then it's going to map it to inside the container into. See, it's going to be /etc/passbolt/certificates/certificates, and then it's going to be read only. RO means read only. And then we also need the key as well, so we're going to do that. And the key is this one here, so we need to pass that inside as well. So that's what we're going to do next. I'm going to paste it as well. So it's going to be the key, spelled that wrong, key, see key here, and we're going to pass it into the same. So this is our host, this system here. It's going to be mapped into /etc/passbolt/certificate cert/certificate.key colon RO. RO again means read only. So that's exactly one. We don't want it to be modified at all, because it's the one we just created ourselves. So we're done. Yeah, we're done here. So this only changes. So the changes I made, I added this certificate because I want to use HTTPS. If you're not using HTTPS, you can get away with HTTP, especially for if you're local. If you're on a server, some browsers will whine and complain, so it's a good idea to at least have a self-sign certificate. I'm saying you can use Let's Encrypt. I would definitely have used Let's Encrypt if I had the if I was on a public facing server. So this is the changes. Just a quick overview. Line 29 to 30. We added this one, our self-signed certificate. If you purchase certificates, you can do the same thing. Just put them here, all in a folder, and then just map it like that. So some of you guys might have, like, if you want to use this in a, maybe on your website or something, and maybe you purchase certificates. So that's how you do it. Or even if you have another server that does your Let's Encrypt stuff, you can still do the same thing. Just as long as you map it like this. So the location doesn't matter as long as you just map it. So that's specifically. This just means it's local. I mean, it's relative to where this is. I actually probably don't even need this because it's always going to be there. But that's how we do it. Okay, and then the other thing I changed, of course, was this one. I'm using the non-root. So I commented out this one, which was the default. Remember I said by default it's root, and then I made it non-root. And then I changed this app full base URL to this one here. I just use an IP address, but if it was a real website, like for example, if it was jumbo.com, it would be on jumbo.com. And I changed the port number as well, but you don't need to. That will be depending on how you where you are. And I said for my particular case, I just use this port number because to avoid a conflict, and everything else stays the same. Okay, now I've also done tutorials where if you don't want to get another image for MariaDB, if you want to use your, for example, I said I have a MariaDB on my local. I could also use that one here as well, just to pass in the password and all this stuff. So I'll basically remove this, and what I would do is I would go, there's a place for the password. Where was it? Am I crazy? That was the place I entered the password. Yeah, right here. You just put this stuff in here, and you see where it says host. This would be localhost, or the IP address for your for your how to connect to your remote MySQL database. You'll do that as well. But this one, the way containers are supposed to work, you're supposed to separate things. So this is perfectly fine. All right, so let me save this, and then we can run this. Okay, so I'm gonna actually run you this. I'll just get rid of those, and we can run it. So back to the command line here. Now we can actually run this. So let's go. Let's run it. See, I'm using Podman. So Podman-compose space -f, because I need the -f that tells it it looks for what file for the YAML file. So I'm specifying this time it's docker-compose -ce.yaml. So this file. Now, if this file didn't have this -ce, Podman is smart enough to find it by itself. So I would not need this, but because it's a very specific file, I could have renamed it, but I left it there on purpose just to show you that Podman is a drop-in replacement for Docker. So, and then you see it. Some of these images already existed, so it is able to use them, and you see it's we can check if it's up and running. I'll show you that in a second. So you see DB, obviously this is the database, and this is the Passbolt. So you just type Podman space PS space -a, and I'm going to zoom out so you can see that it is up and running. You can see here about a minute. So the status, it's been running. Oh, let me zoom out even more. Here we go. You see it was created about a minute ago, and it's been up. You see, and then it's port 8080 goes to port 80 inside the container. Port 8443 on my host goes to port 443 inside the container. Now I said before I could have made this 443 as well, but I like the 8. It's just easier to remember as well. So they're both up and running. We can now we can actually go get started. But before we do that, we do need to create our first admin user. So I am going to create that user since I'm still here in the command line, get it out of the way, and then that way we can simply go. It will give us a link to where we can go and do the setup. It will create that for us. We can simply go to whatever the IP address of my machine is, or we can use localhost. We can do a whole bunch of stuff here as well. That's why 0000 means you can use the IP address or the domain and all that as well. So when you see 0000 here, so let me zoom back in here a little bit. Let me clear this. So now I'm going to create my first. User, and I'll show you how to do that. It's very, 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 very easy. In fact, if you remember when we went here. I don't know if it has, yeah, so here we go. You see it shows you this how you can create the username and password, and then you can also create you can do the same thing as well. You see you can execute this. It's a one-liner. You can execute a one-liner to create your once the container is up and running, as you saw. But we're not running this one because remember we are a non-root, so we're using the non-root image. So this is the one we're going to run. We need to register and do this right here. Register. You see, it's slightly different from this one. You see, this one says Sue. That's because you have to become a root user. This one it doesn't have that because this is the regular one. So I'll show you all that. Don't worry, I got you guys covered. I promised. Got you guys covered. Okay, so I'll now explain the command. We're going to create the first admin user. So see, create first admin user Podman -compose. Then we use this Podman. What do you call this? This Docker file, and then you execute passbolt bin/cake, and then we Passbolt register user. You see Edward at ojamboshow.local, Edward Ojambo, and then register as an admin. So let's run this. Okay, so you see it has created the user success. Let me zoom out a little bit. So there you go. You see it's Passbolt open source password manager for Teams. It says user has been saved successfully. To start the registration, follow the link provided. So you see it gave me this link, which is unique. So this is the link we need to go and we'll do the setup, the initial setup. You just follow it, and it will give us everything that we need. So now we don't need to go to the command line anymore. So let me tear off a tab here. I'm using the Chromium browser. There's a reason for that, and you guys will see that shortly. Okay, so I just paste the link in. Now I'm getting this because it's a self-signed certificate, so I just go to proceed for now, and you can see it's self-signed. It says not secure, but it is HTTPS. So here it's asking me to, the first thing it's asking me is to download this extension. That kind of threw me off because I'm thinking, why do I have the extension? So then this application, yeah, see, this is the thing I dislike about this application, is that they didn't make it clear that it's an extension. They should have made that clear. Okay, let's go to download the extension. So we go here. The extension, you see, it's a Passbolt one source password manager. So see, it was updated actually. Wow, literally just a day from the time of this recording of this this live stream. So here we go. So you just click add to Chrome. It is a Chromium, so let's add this extension. Okay, so the extension has been added. You see one source password manager has been added to Chromium. Manage your extensions. I'll show you. Yeah, so there we go. So it has been added. Now just click next. Now it says welcome to Passbolt. Please enter a passphrase. So I'm gonna enter my passphrase. You know what? I actually let me Polynita. Let me see. Did I have one here? Shoot, I should have. Okay, let me grab a passphrase. I know it has to be strong, so you can just go to any password generator. I'm just gonna generate one quickly, and where is generator? Okay, so I got a password generator here. Let me make sure I Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna there. That's weak. Are you sure it's weak? Okay, that's weird. Okay, then what it does is it's gonna store. Don't worry, the pass I got it from password generator, actually from LastPass. So it says okay. So did it download it? I think it downloaded. Yeah, it did download it. So what I do is I'll go to my downloads folder. Here it is. Copy that. Paste it here. Okay. Did I copy it? Yeah. Oh no, I moved it. Okay, perfect. So the reason I put it here is just I want to keep everything in one place, but you don't have to obviously put it in a secure place. Okay. So I got it. I don't need to download again, so I can click here. Yes, I've safely stored my recovery kit, so I don't need to download again. Of course, I've got it. So next, then it's telling me here that I need to pick a color theme. So it says the ICD. Pick a color theme and enter the 3 letters. Okay, so I'll pick, let's see, what color do I like? Okay, I'll pick that one. Pick a color. I picked a color and it says enter the 3 letters. Is there an input box here? I don't remember this. Where do I enter? Is it here? Okay, oh, okay. So LCD. What is it? Oh, so there's I. Oops. ICD. Okay, there we go. Okay, so then I'm inside here. Okay, so now that I'm here, let's go through this application. What in the world? This application is also not responsive. I'm kind of surprised. Okay, so there's a workspace here. You can create. We'll come back to that later. Let's go to this right side here. You see there's organization settings. So there's a lot of things you can do here. So for example, there's quite a bit here. So there's subscription, browse and update subscription key details, encryption metadata, all content types, password policy, user passphrase policies, single sign-on, a multi-factor authentication policy, self-registration. You get the point. There's a lot of stuff. Like yeah, this application just goes on and on and on. Now, so I want to show you here. So let's go to emails. You see it says email server. So SMTP. I'll explain what this means. So for example, if let's say you're using an email provider, you see it says email provider. You can pick one of this. Like remember I told you can use Google Mail, Workspace, Elastic. There's quite a bit more. So this is all third party. Office 365, Outlook, SendGrid, etc., etc. So you can use that. If you have your own email server or some other service, you just put other. Then when it says authentication method, it's usually username and password is usually the one you have to pick. I think username only might be maybe for some type of like 2-factor authentication. So you pick one of those, and then for for example, if I had if on my system I had a what do you call it? Like say postfix or something like that to send out, I would then put the IP IP or the host here, and then the just choose this use TLS. It'll tell you that as well. You would know the ports, what to use, and the client address and the sender name. This is where you put obviously your and then your credentials. For example, if I go and pick authentication, I put username and password. Then you can see there should be a place to, where's the password part? Yeah. Then you can put your password here. So it depends on how that is being set up. Okay, and then you hit save, and then then email notifications. It will so you can see all this. This are all the email type of notifications. Role-based access control. Where people can have the user, the administrator. I'm saying it goes on and on and on and on. even has an API, so you can check to see what's going on. So you can see it's based on PHP. Interesting. So it's using the latest PHP version, at least in the 8.5. I think 8.5 just came out, if I'm correct. Yeah, and then so you can see it's just it's a PHP application. So some people are asking, what's PHP good for? Here's a perfect example. We have another application now. My SSL certificate, I said don't worry about it because it's self-signed, but I'm saying if this was on a public server, I'll definitely use something like Let's Encrypt. So as you can see, is not configured to force SSL. So I'll definitely make sure it's. I'm surprised this is SSL means SSL everywhere. There's no places like where you don't have HTTPS. But so you can take a look at all of that. Then your two-factor. Let's look at the multi-factor authentication policy. For that one, you have to upgrade to the Pro version. So you don't need to. I think. Okay. I think I got it. So I think when you see this icons, those are all only for the Pro version. Yeah, there we go. So those are only for the Pro version. So I'm not gonna talk about those. And I said most likely when you get this community version, you are more interested in the just maybe probably just for yourself as a password manager. Okay. So as I said, yeah, there's a lot of stuff here, but we just stick to the basics. For example, password expiry, automatic expiry, automatic update. You see, and obviously will send you notifications as well. So it's really, really, really interesting as well. And obviously, make sure you save when you change any of these settings. Okay, then what else we have? Manage users and groups. Right now, there's only one user. That's obviously me, and I'm an admin. You can add other users, of course, very easily. You see, there's also what is it here as well? Select a user to add to a group. You can also make groups, and then organization settings. Okay, this is for the entire organization. Got it. And then for the particular user, you see you can manage my account. Here, obviously, I can. You see, there's a keys inspector, my passphrase, the security token. You remember that one, and the theme. I think it is actually light. I might have changed it to the. Oh yeah, it was light. So this is what it looked like before, but I chose this one, the darker theme. Multi-factor authentication. No multi-factor authentication is enabled for this organization, so we can go and re-enable it in the mobile setup. You see there's a mobile app and there's also a desktop. What's the desktop? Is available? Passbolt is available. It's only for Windows. I use Linux, so that would be useless for me. Plus, I already have this. This is what I would use. There we go. So let's go back to see if we can. Is that? Is multi-factor authentication? Here it is. So that one, yeah. So multi-factor authentication. Where is multi-factor? Here it is. Multi-factor authentication. So right now it's disabled, but you can enable it. You can make it time-based or UBT or Duo. This provider is disabled for all users. So yeah, you can enable. So let's enable it for now, and say don't forget to save your changes here. So there we go. Make sure you hit save. Now, if I go back to manage my account, you see multi-factor authentication. Yeah, there we go. So it's TOP. And you guys, I've done a couple of tutorials, actually about 3 tutorials on TOTP. I even created one with PHP, one with Node.js. So there we go. So if you guys want me to do a quick refresher, let me know. So yeah. So this one allows you to use any application you want. You can even make your own. Like I created one I just created one for my testing. I made a PHP simple application. Yeah, so there we go. That's it. So yeah, so obviously I don't have a form here to show you guys how this works. Maybe I can. Let me see if I have. Did I create a password thing? I don't know if I deleted. Oh yeah, I deleted the database. Sorry, so I can't show that here. I should have actually prepared a little. Oh my goodness, it's like freezing rain outside. When I woke up today, a lot of the snow had disappeared, so the chickens were pretty happy they were able to go outside. But now it's like freezing rain. Yeah, and so it's gonna, and it's quite heavy too, so it looks like I'm gonna have to shovel like wet stuff, which is not my favorite stuff to do tomorrow. So that's it. So this is the application. It's a really nice application. As you can see, unfortunately I said I can't think of something where we can test this, because all the applications I have, I did remove them, and it's gonna take me a while to get them started. So I don't know if I have an example no, I do not. And obviously I'm not going to log into something right now to show you this, but yeah, that's how it goes. Oh, create. You can go hit create. Let's create. Sorry about that. So you see, you can create a password, you can create a TOP, you can create custom fields, notes, other, and a folder, and import resources as well. So let's create just a password. So then it can also password generate as well. So for example, let's say I'm just curious here. When's the last time I did let's say PHP, is it login form? So PHP login. Let me see. When was the last time I did something with PHP, how to log in? Huh, I thought I did a login form. Let's see, PHP form. Oh, you have the voting form, crash course, contact form, dynamically plotting. Wow, I never actually did a PHP login form. I'm actually surprised. I did a to-do list. Wow, I never actually did a login. Well, I did with the, I think I did it with this. Okay, so unfortunately, I thought I had one when I did all this framework stuff. Can't believe I never did a login form. Yeah, looks like I never did one. Submit. Oh, wow. Okay, that's interesting. That's one of the most basic stuff. I'm surprised I never did one. Anywho, it doesn't matter. So here I'll just say, what site should I use? I'll make up something. I'll just say Ojambo Show. Oh, wait. I do have a, yeah, I do have, yes, I do have. That's actually true. I do have one. Ojambo Show. And I'll say here HTTPS. Ojamboshow.local. If I remember correctly, I think the username was Edward, and I think that was the password. Yeah. Oh, I spelled the password wrong as well. I think that was the password for that site. And then you can also have advanced generation. Let's see what that one does. Okay, so this one will, okay, so, all right, so this can generate a password for us as well. So let's hit create. Password is very weak and may be part of a expose, that's fine. And you need your passphrase to continue. So what is my passphrase? Okay. Oh, I like that feature. Then that's it. So when I visit ojamboshow.local, I can simply have the password there. Okay, so if it's a two-factor authentication, you can do it. I do like this. I do like this option. Very, very nice. So what's the other stuff we can create? Okay, so you can create a TOP, you can create custom fields. The key and value. I don't know what that will be useful for. Let's just try it out. So let's say color, and I put blue. Is it create? Wow, I have to keep on putting my passphrase? Okay. Oh, I forgot to put a name here. Is there an edit? Okay, oh yeah, you can put the name here. So I'll just say success, the link has been, okay, that's to save it. Why? Oh man. This is one of the reasons oh, here's edit. Okay, sorry about that. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is supposed to be color. give color. Oh my goodness. Okay, that is annoying me. That is annoying me. My goodness. Why do I have to? I've already logged in. Jeez. Okay, so there's also notes. Okay. Live stream reminder. Be sure to subscribe. Okay, that's spell. Come on. Subscribe. Okay. Create that. Oh, there's more stuff there as well. Okay. More. Well, whatever. Alright. And what's the other one? There's other. So there's password, topo, note, or custom fields. We already did all those except for the topo. Okay. And what's the other one? There's a folder. Name of the folder, so say test. Oh, it's to put things. Okay, that's for organizing. Okay, who cares about that? And import resources. So you can import. Okay, so okay, so this is nice. So if you have like a CSV file, I don't know what a KB is that the Passbolt? Files are generated by KeyPass. Okay, KeyPass. I've never used KeyPass. Okay, so if you have something you want to import, so that's actually important because I do get some stuff from clients as well. It's in the past, and you can import them, I guess. Okay, so that's to what? Let's create a simple CSV file and test that out. Let's go back to the command line. Yeah, and I'll call it nano test.csv. So I'll just say name, name and ID. So I'll just say Edward, comma 1, Jane, comma 2. Okay, save it. Oops, Control X. Yes, save that. That's our CSV file. Let's go back here and let's choose the file. And we'll go here, tutorial. What's the name of this? Passbolt, PPPPPP. So I should delete some of this stuff. Here we go. Here's a CSV file. Import folders. Okay, that's perfectly fine. So import passphrase. Oh, that part is gonna drive me crazy. Okay, check. CSV. This CSV format is not supported. CSV. So what's the format? Okay, CSV imports from browsers, Safari, Chrome. Oh, okay. So those are the passwords. So it's not our own. Okay, so it's okay. So that doesn't. Okay, I understand that now. Okay, so it also created. That's the folder we created. That's a folder that it made for us. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so that is from that's a browser. I guess like maybe your bookmarks. No, not the bookmark. Your passwords. So if you have passwords from another browser, it will be able to import them. Okay, that's fine. I don't save any of my passwords in a browser, so I never use that feature. But there you go. You can do that as well. So that's it. I don't think there's anything else I can show you guys. We're in test. So if I go back to my workspace, so we created a password here. I did create a TOP, but I said I've done so many tutorials on that. Put a URL, you can edit. I show you how to do that, and you create a custom field, and how to, what was the other one? Sorry again. Custom fields, password, and notes. Another one was notes. Okay, so that's basically Passbolt. Unfortunately, you always need to have an extension. That's the part I don't like. I don't know why you need. I guess the extension is when you visit a website. When it gives you an option to save the password, I guess the extension needs so that it can go in here. Okay, so that makes sense. I wish they explained that, because somebody like me, I said I don't use extensions. I mean, if they come, like for example, this came I think with the extension to go to GNOME extensions in the website, but other than that, I don't use them. Okay, let's finish this up. Okay, so I have additional services and resources for you. For example, if you need help with Passbolt installation or migration, I offer the following services. I have books on Amazon, programming books. You can learn programming with personalized online. Where are they? Sorry, wrong place. Explore my collection of programming books available on Amazon. The link is also in the description. I have courses, programming courses on jumboshop.com. The link is also in the description where you can learn programming with my online course. All you need is a web browser. And then I offer one-on-one tutorials, programming tutorials. You can learn PHP, Python, JavaScript, HTML5, and others. So you can book a session at ojambo.com/contact. And I also offer installation and migration services and consultation services at ojamboservices.com/contact. If you need assistance with installing or migrating, for example, Passbolt Community Edition, get in touch with me at my contact page. I've been using Linux since January 1st of 2008, so I am an expert and I can help you with that. And you guys see everyday stuff here. I'm not missing anything from my Microsoft Windows days. I also had a client did give me a MacBook, and I did use it to create some applications for Mac OS. So I'm pretty familiar because it's POS type system. I don't have one right now, but yeah. So I can help you with all of that as well. Okay, and in conclusion, with this guide, you can now set up Passbolt Community Edition using Podman with self-signed SSL certificates for local development environments. It's an easy, secure way to get started with password management for teams. If you need any further assistance or customized setup, feel free to contact me. Okay, with that, a quick reminder that you should subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments. I'd like to thank everybody subscribed so far this month. Keep it up. Because what happens is the more people subscribe, the more the content gets pushed out to more viewers, and those viewers can join and share the tips and tricks, which I'll do a little research and then I'll share with the rest of you. Thanks again, and I do promise I will do a thank you before the end of this month. Alright, now I do have some other recommended resources. I live in a rural area in a cabin, and this place has no internet, and the cellular service is sporadic. So I use SpaceX Starlink residential service. It gives me high-speed internet. For example, right now I'm live streaming on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey at the same time, and also allows me to have my phone. I use Wi-Fi calling, so I get I can send and receive voice calls, text messages, including multimedia text messages, without having to pay roaming charges. So my referral link. If you do use my referral link, I'll get 1 month free, and you get a massive discount. For example, right now in Canada, you get the equipment for free. If you're anywhere else, you will get a significant discount. Do use my referral link if you're thinking of getting the SpaceX Starlink residential service. Next up, I have this Honeywell HeatBud personal ceramic heater. It has two settings, low and high. Low is 170 watts, high is 250 watts. And has a protection. If it trips over, it triggers this little guy here and it will turn off. So this guy has saved me hundreds of dollars in heating. So because I'm in the middle of nowhere, this entire place is heated by propane. There are 2 tanks outside, so somebody comes once or twice a month, fills it up. The propane is only needed for heating, meaning that only during the cold season, that's when it heats up the furnace and then heats up this place. So the problem, it's very inefficient and very, very expensive. So because of this little guy as a space heater, it's not meant to heat up my entire, like for example, the entire house, or even for example, this is a small room. It's not meant to heat up the entire room. It just heats up your personal space, and that's all I need because I'm one person. It doesn't make sense to heat up like all the other bedroom or the kitchen, etc. Just my personal space, and this guy works fantastically. It costs about $4 a month. I mostly use high, so $4 a month. I'd rather pay $4 a month than paying hundreds of dollars a month. So I do use this, and it's fantastic. Obviously, I also draw warmly as well for the cold season. So if you do pick it up, this is my affiliate link. I'll get a commission. There's no extra cost to you. And then I have this algorithmic serpent. It's available on Amazon. It's a psychological thriller about a scientist who loses his mind after creating an AI system. So he has to regain control of his mind and the AI system. It's very affordable. It's my most affordable item. The majority of the cost goes towards, for example, shipping and printing for the paperback version, and for the ebook version, it's for storage cost. If you have Kindle Unlimited, you can get it for free. And then very recently, this is my latest. It's a recession business blueprint. It's a book, or I call it as a guide to help you start a business during a recession, like this recession we're enduring right now. So there's a lot of tips and tricks in there. I started my business in 2009, so I updated the time-tested things you need to do, for example, like networking, how to get mentorship. So I updated from, obviously things have changed since 2009. So yeah, there's a lot of tables. Every single page has a table, I believe. Yes, every page has a table. And there's also a lot of written content as well. So, because some people might prefer the written part, but some people might prefer a visual way. For example, simple things like a budget. I explain how to set up your budget, obviously in the written form, and then there are examples there, like the table, right? So I'm saying is that if you like both or you like one or the other, I got you covered. So pick it up. It's available right now on Amazon, both in paperback and ebook form, and the ebook version is free if you have Kindle Unlimited, so you can go try it out. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, if you want to know more about me, I have a blog, and every article I write probably 99.9% of all the articles. Sometimes I have a guest author, but most of the time it's me. So I'm a programmer or software engineer, web developer, and author. I can read more about me here, and I can explore my books, my book page on Amazon. If you need support, or jamboservices.com, I do consulting services as well. Most people think I only offer programming services, and that's not true. I do a lot of consultation. In fact, just a second, a client is calling me. You see, the phone does work. Just a second. Hello, Ed speaking. Hey, Mark. Hey, Mark, can I call you back in really about 5 minutes? I'm just almost done the live stream. Thank you. All right, bye. Yeah, you see, so Wi-Fi calling does work as I promised. So as I was saying, I do consultation stuff as well, and tutoring. I also do tutoring. Tutoring is actually how the business also got started. So I still offer that. Obviously now I don't do it in person, but it's done online and it works perfectly fine. And then if you're ready to learn, I have the online courses at jamboshop.com. You only need a web browser. There's no subscriptions. It's just a one-time payment. If you need coupons, let me know. I can generate some. If you want to contact me, you can leave a comment. If you're going to use a comment form, please make sure it's addressed. It at least has something to do with what the article is about. For example, this time is about Passbolt. So if you don't like it, or something you like or you dislike about it, mention here. If you think there's something that's better, mention it there in the comment section. This comment section closes after 10 days. So the best way to contact me is to use the contact forms, or jambo.com/contact, or jamboservices.com/contact, or jamboshop.com/contact. The link is also here and also in the descriptions. And if you want to follow me, I have channels: Odyssey, Rambo, BitChute, and on YouTube.